Gamers are spotty, pale-looking nerds who have no friends and waste their time on stupid online games that make you aggressive and drive you crazy. 5 major prejudices about gaming and how much truth lies behind them, our topic today on Shift. There are some 2.2 billion gamers worldwide. Almost 1 in 3 people regularly play on their smartphone, computer or gaming console. Nevertheless, prejudices about gamers and games remain rampant. We want to take a close look at the 5 most stubborn. Prejudice number 1. Shooter games make you aggressive. The assumption is that if you kill other people in a game, you'll be more violent in real life. But there's no scientific evidence to prove this. For example, a study by Oxford University showed that the contents of a game don't make you aggressive, but frustrating game mechanics do. And experts at Hamburg's University Clinic say people who play action games do not behave more aggressively in the long run. Other studies show that playing a lot of violent games can leave you emotionally numb, but there is no evidence that violent games make someone more prone to violence. So, how do our brains really react when we play shooters?
That's exactly what Daphne Bevalier from the University of Geneva wants to find out. She has people play first-person shooters while hooked up to a magnetic resonance imaging scanner. The results show that in some ways, games can lead to structure changes in the brain.
And in action video game players, we know that these structures change, and they change for the better. They communicate better with each other, such that for them, paying attention is less effortful. What we were surprised by is that an activity that was so demonized by society and really conceived as a total waste of time could have positive effects on something as fundamental as how well you pay attention.
Psychologist Simone Kuhn from the Max Planck Institute has found that playing computer games regularly can even make parts of the brain grow.
The main regions affected are the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. They play a role in spatial orientation, like when you're thinking about getting from A to B. So by stimulating these regions to a large extent, they grow in volume.
Does that mean gaming makes us smarter and we should spend endless hours playing? I'm afraid not.
What our work shows is that you basically need to play about 35 minutes per day, 5 days a week, and you do that regularly, and you see those beneficial effects. So you don't have to go into your basement and hide and play for hours on end. Actually, that may actually be counterproductive.
So not only what you play, but also for how long is important. I used to love adventure games like Maniac Mansion. They don't cause aggression, but I often forgot the time because the game world was simply too exciting. That brings us to prejudice number 2. Gaming can become addictive. No wonder, after all, you hear about shocking cases like this one.
Enemy spotted!
You don't even notice you're getting hooked. And suddenly, you're addicted. I only realized it when it was too late. I went from playing 4 hours a day to 8 hours. And it got worse. At some stage, I go 3 days without sleeping. All I do is drink, smoke cigarettes, and play.
Now he's aged 21. But for 5 years, he spent endless hours playing Operation 7, a multiplayer first-person shooter. He lost 40 kilos over that period and dropped out of school without passing his final exams.
I enjoyed competing against other gamers. I wanted to be better than them. It made me feel powerful. I'd get 4 to 6 hours of sleep per night max. I was walking around like a zombie.
Neurobiologists have found out that a gaming addict's brain reacts to a screenshot of his favorite game in a similar way an alcoholic's brain reacts when he sees a beer. When you win a game, it gives you a real rush. And in order to experience this feeling again and again, you just keep on playing. Dr. Kai Müller, an expert on addiction, knows just how common this problem is.
About 1% are addicted to games. That doesn't sound like a huge number, but it's comparable to other psychological conditions we've known about for a long time.
So gaming can be addictive. But does gaming make people loners? Prejudice number 3. Gamers are nerdy loners. But if you look at the big industry events, that doesn't seem to be true at all. Thousands of like-minded people come together at Gamescom or esports events to party and have a good time together. In a recent survey, 3 out of 5 British gamers said they play mainly to keep in touch with their friends. My nephew, for example, met his first girlfriend playing League of Legends, which, like so many games, is all about team play. Take Fortnite, for example.
One island, 100 players, and whoever manages to survive wins. That's the basic idea behind the popular game Fortnite Battle Royale. Players can also get together with other gamers and play as a team. 15-year-old Moritz is one of many Fortnite fans. He links up with his friends on Skype while playing.
Lots of people play Fortnite. There are plenty of gamers. It's really fun.
It seems many would agree. Fortnite is currently one of the most popular computer games in the world.
In its heyday, more than 10 million gamers were playing Fortnite at the same time. The games left a lasting cultural legacy too, with many people even uploading videos of themselves, imitating Fortnite's famous dances. Many of these clips went viral. My favorite is the floss. Or something like this. So gaming is all about community. But who actually plays? Prejudice number 4. The gamer scene is male-dominated and hostile to women. In 2014, male gamers set up the Gamergate hashtag and started to harass female game designers online. This went on for months, and there were even rape and death threats. Things appear to have improved since then, but many games still seem to show women in a strange light.
It's pretty common to see female computer game characters portrayed as scantily clad sex objects, whatever their role in the game. Cliché figures in the male-dominated gaming scene. Most major games are still developed for an all-male audience, while only 20% of game developers are women. This is because many of the jobs require technical qualifications. We've made a mistake all these years of telling girls and young women, forget about tech jobs, you're not cut out for this kind of work. This way, they don't even consider this line of work and rule it out from the start. Although the number of female gamers does not justify this discrepancy. In fact, estimates indicate that there are just as many female as male players. But men tend to prefer the big blockbuster games, while females go for casual and mobile games. It's a fact, women play games, and that's why they should be developing games too. They could help create games that appeal to women. The latest installment of the Tomb Raider adventure game series indicates that things are changing. In older versions, the main protagonist, Lara Croft, used to sport a very skimpy outfit. But now she's a real adventurer with much more modest clothing. More and more games now feature complex female characters. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, where female protagonist Aloy grows up in a matriarchal society. Or Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, with 2 female lead characters at the heart of a gripping action-adventure story. Both games have sold millions of copies. So it seems that games don't need sexy female lead characters to appeal to consumers.
So, do gamers simply love exciting stories and intelligent entertainment? Or does our 5th prejudice hold true? Prejudice number 5. Games are a total waste of time. Is gaming just a waste of time and money? Well, there are plenty of examples to show that isn't true.
School kids in Atlanta, Georgia are playing the educational Classcraft game. It resembles a typical fantasy game and is designed to help teachers and encourage students to participate in class.
It changed it dramatically because it made me a participant with my students. I'm not just their teacher, I'm their game master. I control the fun of the classroom.
School children can select different avatars in Classcraft and work together as teams. They solve virtual challenges and collect points. They can then use them to alter their avatars or move up to a higher level. That motivates them to keep learning.
With Classcraft, it doesn't make it seem like a big test, so you're less nervous and you're probably going to do better.
And these third graders are using the fun educational software Dreambox to help them solve math problems. It features game elements and illustrates real-world applications.
I like it because it shows like it's math and a game.
The math problems grow more difficult as pupils improve. That way, kids receive the challenges that are best suited to their abilities.
So, is there any truth to the most common prejudices about gaming? Does it make people aggressive? There is no evidence to show that shooters make anyone go on a shooting spree. But gaming can be addictive, just like alcohol and other drugs. And what about the claim that gamers are loners? Well, that's just nonsense. Though when it comes to gender equality and sexism, there's still room for improvement. And is gaming a waste of time? That depends entirely on what you play. So what do you think about gaming? Let us know on dw.com or on our new YouTube channel, where you'll find explainers, more about the latest tech trends, gadgets and much more. See you next week and goodbye for now.